Hello everybody, we're Tyana
and Annouk,
and we're going to do a video review of the documentary Bowling for Columbine by Michael Moore.
We are doing this because we have to do a film task for English. First I'm going to tell you what the documentary is about. The documentary searches for causes for the Columbine High School massacre in 1999 and why the violent crime rate in the USA is so high. The director of the documentary is Michael Moore. The documentary has won several awards.
The documentary Bowling for Columbine is named after the high school shooters who attended a bowling class in the month before the drama they were responsible of.
There were a few points of the documentary we liked very much, but there were also other points we didn't like very much. I'm going to explain which points that are and why. One point we thought was very good about the documentary is that he searches for the bigger problem and not the problem people may think that is the problem. Because people think like, why did the Columbine High School killer shot all the other students? But the documentary is really about why there is such a high violent crime rate in America, and why, most of all, do American citizens own so much guns in comparison to the neighbor countries.
One other thing we considered good about this film is that while Michael Moore wasn't famous yet when he makes this documentary, he still manages to get some things done. For example, he manages to get the handgun ammunition out of sale at Kmart.
Furthermore, what makes the documentary very good is that Michael Moore uses sarcasm to get his point straight. For example, there are some people who think that music of Marilyn Manson and violent soap series like South Park may be the cause of high violent rate in America, but of course this is not true, and Michael Moore proves it because he's going to talk to Marilyn Manson, he talks to the makers of South Park, and that makes people understand that are not the causes of the high gun rate. Nevertheless, there were also a few points that we didn't like very much about this documentary.
There wasn't really one real message, there were several ones, so in the end you're kind of confused of what you just watched.
Furthermore, after you watched the documentary you thought like, okay, this was a lot of information, but is it really useful? What does this documentary really add up to? Especially for non-American citizens, because this documentary really is about America and the issues that are there with guns. But for example, in the Netherlands we don't have this problem with guns because citizens can't own guns, it's illegal. So for us this documentary isn't really useful. It was interesting but not very useful.
In addition, the documentary wasn't really coherent and there were just all different parts of film placed after each other.
Moreover, the documentary is very funny, which makes you remember it. But this is also a bit of a bad point because the real subject of the documentary isn't funny at all, and using humor in this documentary makes it a bit like, can you use humor with this subject? The subject is very serious. Sometimes this humor comes a bit inappropriate, and that's why we didn't like all the parts with humor in it.
All in all, Mr. Moore has given us a lot to think about in Bowling for Columbine, and he has entertained us in the process. Moore's timing couldn't be better aimed for all Americans to search in their heart of hearts to ask why we live in such a pathological gun culture. Thanks for watching and thanks for your attention.
We hope our hard work will be paid off.
Peace out, Girl Scouts!